Hey everyone, welcome to usfasttrack.ca. I'm Jay Michaels, and today we're doing a video on basically, I labeled it as the art of the offer, not the deal, the offer. When I first started out investing, I didn't even know what goes, how do you make an offer? When you write it up, what goes in there? What's the important elements? So this video is not going to be that long, and we're going to discuss what goes into your offer. So we have here, number one, we have purchase price. At the end of the day, whatever it's listed, whatever your offer is, you're going to definitely need that in there. I have over here an example, and this is a real life example, but we'll discuss this side first. Number two, earnest deposit. Now any contract, to make it a valid contract, you need some exchange of money. It could be $1, or ideally they say a minimum $10, up to whatever you want. And that will make the contract valid. Number three, due diligence period. And these are not in any particular order, it's just, we're just discussing them. Due diligence period is how many days, or if any, that you get to inspect or do whatever you want to check out the property, right? So when you buy a car, it's like you test driving it, or at some point kicking the tires. Number four, a financing clause. That's obviously if you need a couple of days, 5 days, if your bank says you need 10 days to get make sure that you can qualify for the loan, that's going to be in there. Obviously, and then number five, I put other terms. At the end of the day, you can write anything in your offer. So an example of that, we discussed it over here. So for our example, I just put 3-2 bedroom listed at $60,000. This is, we buy in Georgia, for those who don't know, mainly in the Atlanta area. This property was listed at $60,000. Now, on the contract I put purchase price $65,000. Most people are like, hey, why are you paying over listed price? Don't you usually pay under listed price? Well, when you know your market, and you know what the value of property really is, and what to land the deal, at the end of the day you make your best, your maximum offer, and also, to me, what it's worth. This property, at the end of the day, went under contract at $75,000, but fell through, and they took my offer. My earnest deposit, usually on these type of properties, your minimum you're going to put is $1,000 down, but I do 10%. Why? To leverage my offer. Because at some point someone could have went 70 grand with $1,000 down, and they might pick mine because I have 10% down. It's a more serious offer. My due diligence period on this property is 5 days. Depending on banks or whoever you're buying off, like typical homeowners, they do 10 days, sometimes 14. As an investor, I don't need that many days. At the end of the day, I'll do a deal for a 24-hour, 1-day due diligence period. I just need 1 day to get in there to check all the systems or anything I'm kind of worried about. But this offer, we have 5 days. My financing is a cash offer. When we buy all in cash. This means it's a very strong offer. When you do submit a cash offer, chances are they're going to want your POF, which is proof of funds. At the end of the day, they want to make sure that you have the funds to close. That could be cash, or at the end of the day, they'll accept lines of credit because it's considered cash. But they may not. Other terms. So most people are taught that in your other terms to put clauses in there to kind of get you out of the deal. I don't tell anyone to do this, because at the end of the day, we're in the business to buy instead of just in the business of putting offers in. Because you can submit an offer on anything that's listed, and you can put any terms in there, but the difference is, will they, and they'll present the offers to the owners, but at the end of the day, they call them weasel clause. One, it's like saying a clause in there saying approval of partner, and you can at some point don't even need to have a partner, and you could say, yeah, my partner doesn't like it, we're not buying it. to me, if someone submits an offer to one of my properties and they say something like that, I'm not taking the offer serious, because it's at the end of the day, it's a weasel clause. Especially in competitive markets where it's high foreclosures or location, everyone's putting in offers in these areas. I'll tell you right now, especially the banks, they will not accept that. That's like saying having in your contract assign your name assigned to, or assigned whoever I assign the contract to. They're not going to take that serious, because at the end of the day, you're putting in the offer to try to lock it up and to try to find your buyer after, and they know it. You know what I mean? They've been in the industry longer than probably you have, and they've seen everything. But for other terms, for this property, it was a short sale. For those who don't know, a short sale is basically you're shorting the loan, what's on the property right now. It comes before the foreclosure process. So what I always put on my contracts is utilities must be on during due diligence. So utilities, the diligence does not start until all utilities are on. Why? I need to make sure the water, there's no holes in the pipes, leaks in the walls or whatnot. I need to know that the AC is working, or at some point if it's not working, at least I know that ahead of time and I could budget for it. So that's something that's needed. At some point, some of these properties are run down. They're going to say, hey, we can't even turn on the utilities, or we're not turning on utilities. To me, that's fine. I just assume then everything's broken. And at the end of the day, you can usually tell that some of this stuff is broken if there's holes in the holes in the wall, there's stuff missing. There's no AC unit. Also, because on short sales, what I like to put is due diligence only starts after the offer is approved by the bank. The reason why I put that is, I'll tell you right now, it may take 6 months to close on a short sale. And for me, to do my due diligence in the first month means absolutely nothing, because at the end of the day, when the bank comes back to me and says, yeah, we're not even accepting that offer, or offers too low and all that, it's irrelevant, because it's 6 months later, and at some point something could have happened with that property in that time that I'm unaware of now. And so to me, that's a must, and most banks will agree to that. So that's on this property. So these are the main elements that we like to see. At the end of the day, with this other terms, I don't get too demanding with a lot of stuff, because you got to remember, people, it's the best offer all round. Even when people submit properties on, offers on my properties, to me, I don't always technically just look at the highest price, and most banks may not either. At the end of the day, you can submit an earnest deposit of a full asking price, and a bank may take that because it's like, hey, this guy is dead serious. He's giving us all his money to hold on to while he does all his checks. And it's a very serious offer, versus someone that says contingent on financing, contingent on partner approval, whatever else you can name in there. Also, like closing costs, asking for a lot of closing costs and all that. Especially when you get in these type of markets, the banks will not be giving that. But at the end of the day, it's not that you do your offer the way you would do your offer. Don't do it because you see me doing it. These are just some elements. At the end of the day, there's a lot of elements in the contract. These are the main ones that I focus on, and that you may be focusing on too. But Jay Michaels here. Thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our blog, and hope to see you on the other side. Happy investing.